Hey you guys, so Amberlynn Reid posted this vlog about an hour ago. It's titled Opening Up About My Family and Addiction. And then I believe the rest is about weigh-in week 4. I don't know if we're going to watch that whole part. Because to be honest, like this is the stuff I want to hear about. What she's going to talk about mainly, like what happened with her family. I know, I want to gain a new perspective because I only know my point of view, right? As a mom who fought to get her daughter back and reunite after a long time of addiction. I want to hear what it's like for the child. I want to say that I know her mom, Amberlynn has said it herself, had an addiction problem, but her mom changed her life around, which I think is amazing. And I want to applaud her mom for choosing herself and her daughter and making such a good decision, because I know they have a good relationship now, or at least they're working on it. Anyways, so I wanted to check this out and I figured let's go ahead and watch this together. This isn't going to be like me shaming her for anything she's gone through with her family. It's more me gaining a new perspective and maybe me relating on some level. Let's go ahead and check this out together.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So this is weigh-in video, my Sunday weigh-in. Okay. So my goal for the near future is to have my Sunday weigh-in uploaded on Monday. As you guys can tell, I've kind of been failing at that because I'm just taking it easy in January. I just feel like I need a little,
you know what, let's just watch the whole thing. Let's just watch the whole thing.
Bit of a mental health break from filming, and that's fine. Me being my own boss, I'm able to do that, which I love. So let's get into the 5 questions and then we'll get into the weigh-in. So the first question is, does the rest of your family also struggle with their weight? And not all of my family, but a really big thing for me when I think of my family and my weight is my grandma on my dad's side. Before I was even born, she was over 600 pounds and she actually got weight loss surgery.
Oh, really?
Before I was born. I didn't even know they had weight loss surgery back then. Like, that's so weird to me. I don't think
I've ever thought about it, but wow, I didn't think, wow, okay.
Sound like ignorant, but I thought weight loss surgery was like maybe like 20 years old, something around there. I'm 32 if anyone's wondering. So I always knew my grandma as a woman in her like low 200s, high hundreds. The grandma that I'm speaking of is no longer with us. She was like my mom when my mom couldn't be my mom, and I miss her dearly. Like, more than anything, I wish she was still alive because of how close we were. And it's like we have so much in common, not just the weight aspect, but she's also a lesbian, and I didn't know that until I was older and she had already passed on. My dad didn't want me knowing for some reason. That's like a whole other story for a different time. So, but yeah, I do have people in my family who struggle with their weight, but I also have people in my family who are just naturally thinner. Lucky them. Second question is, do you believe in health at every size? I do not. I do believe in beauty at any size. You can be 1,000 pounds and be beautiful. You could be 80 pounds and be beautiful. But I don't think that being morbidly obese or severely underweight is healthy. It never will be. It took me some time to...
I'm just gonna say, it kind of shocked me that you said that. It kind of shocked me. I always thought that you thought, well, no, not that you were necessarily healthy, because you seem to know you're not healthy, but I don't know. Do you guys know what I'm saying? I just didn't think she had that mentality. And if I agree, like, everybody is beautiful. Like, I can find something beautiful about everybody, but like being morbidly obese is obviously not healthy for us, right? Or underweight, like she said. So I don't know.
To get to that,
I feel like she's being, oh gosh, look where it's paused, a bit more vulnerable and honest in this. Anybody else getting that?
Because I remember about 6 years ago, I saw a doctor and they did my blood work. They called me healthy. and they just said that I'm overweight. So I took that, I ran with it, I accepted that for what it was, but that's not true. That's not the truth. Right. I really feel like even with a clear bill of health, being my size is not healthy. It is a symptom of something, and that symptom is very, very unhealthy. Next question. You don't drink much water. What are you drinking then? Are you ordering fountain drinks anymore? No, I'm actually not ordering fountain drinks anymore. I'm drinking a lot of this. Okay, I'm drinking a lot of A&W Zero Sugar root beer. I'm low-key obsessed, but I know that I need to slowly start drinking more water and less diet soda, because pretty sure when you get weight loss surgery, you can't have carbonation. Yeah. So that's going to be a big change for me if I do get approved. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say if. I'm going to say when I get approved. Fourth question is, what's different this time with weight loss surgery versus last time? So I don't know if you guys know this. Some of you are new to my channel. Some of you haven't seen all my videos or know about every single thing that I do in my life. I have tried to get weight loss surgery before. It was actually a few years ago, and they told me that they wanted me to heal from my past, and I took that as a fail. This time, I know they're gonna say that to me. Instead of thinking of it as a fail, I am accepting it as part of the journey. That is how I know my mindset is completely different. It's not going to be a fail. It's not going to be, no, you can't get weight loss surgery. It's okay, here's your first step, now do it. And the reason why I took that as a fail last time is because I didn't want to put in the work. I didn't want to at all. And this time I do want to.
I mean, at least you're being honest about it.
That is a big difference. Last question is, does Delta 8 make you binge? It does for me. Does it for you? So Delta 8 is a wannabe THC.
It's synthetic and made in a lab.
I mean, it has THC in it. I don't want to get into details, but it's just legalized, like marijuana, kind of. And yes, I actually had to quit, and that was hard for me because I think I kind of started to rely on it. I woke up and I was excited to take one, and I couldn't go to bed without one. It was becoming a crutch. When I had anxiety or things felt heavy, I would take one. And
who is this new Amberlynn Reid? I don't know. Maybe she's gonna have me fooled. Maybe she's being a really good actress, but I feel like she's different right now.
It was becoming sort of an addiction. I feel like anything could be an addiction. Yeah. We don't have to discuss that right now, but I have quit. I no longer take Delta 8 anymore because it was causing my binging to get way worse, because I was getting to a point where I was getting pretty high, and like I would just mindlessly eat and eat and eat all day. So I guess it's time that I share with you guys when I said that the first week of Ozempic did not work for me. And the reason why is because I was taking a lot of Delta 8. And like I said, it was like I was obsessed with it. I relied on it. I relied on it a lot. And I wouldn't really film while high. Actually, I might have a couple times, not many.
Are you sure?
But I ended up quitting Delta 8 while taking Ozempic, and I think that was a really big thing that also helps, because Delta 8 was making me so freaking hungry, and then like stopping it plus starting Ozempic, it was very helpful. But I have not done Delta 8 in, it's gonna be almost a week, and
good for you.
Yeah, it's just it's sad because I do enjoy it, you know, I do. It's so relaxing, and it makes you feel good, but it's not worth it because it made me feel sluggish. It made me feel hungry. It made me not really do the things I was supposed to do. What I'm trying to say is it wasn't productive. Like, it wasn't.
If you are dependent on it and it's starting to affect your life in any sort of way, you really need to reevaluate, like, is this becoming a problem?
causing me to be productive in my life in any sort of way. And I know that I took Delta 8 on live stream, and
on a side note, you guys, Delta 8 is what Shani and Rev admittedly take, and they beg for money all the time for it. It's synthetic, and I know it's made in a lab, and somehow that makes it, I don't know, some kind of thing where it makes it legal. That's all I know.
I kind of regret that because I don't know, live streams make me feel like really anxious, and I get in a weird headspace, and I get put on the spot with like harassment and things that I don't want to talk about. And then like, I just get so overwhelmed that sometimes I say and do things that I don't agree with. I don't know what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is, I think that by no longer taking Delta 8, it is going to drastically help me. Okay. And I already feel that in the last few days, it has helped me because I haven't been binging. And since that was my last question, that kind of is going into how this last week has been. My main focus is not to binge. That is, I really want to see, am I binging or am I a food addict? I have always said that I have binge eating disorder. I was diagnosed with...
Can it be both?
Binge eating disorder. But was I misdiagnosed? Because am I just a food addict? I think of this, I've been thinking a lot of addiction lately, you know, with like my family. Sorry.
It's okay.
I grew up in foster care because my parents were drug addicts, and my mom's been sober for almost 7 years, and it's just...
That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, like, I have tears for you because, like, I could tell just you're so proud of her, Amberlynn. Like, you could tell. That's beautiful.
It's beautiful. And my dad is still in his addiction, and this is hard for me to say, and you guys have been saying I need to be more open because I feel like I've lost that side of me. I'm not as open as I used to be. I try to be, but it's hard. But
can I tell you, I know it's hard, but like, this is like freeing in a way for you. Like, when you share really hard things, like, you're gonna feel a little bit better. Like, a little bit of that burden has been lifted. Like, this seems like it's really healing for you. And Amberlynn, like, this is the kind of stuff, not you crying, but like, we want to see like you being real and honest and sharing your story, because you do have a story to share. Not the Legos and journaling and fake stuff and I don't know, like, just be real and making promises you know you're not going to keep, starting a diet, stopping a diet. Like, this vlog is one of the first vlogs I think I've ever watched of yours that I truly, genuinely like, and I feel like I'm seeing a real person, if that makes sense.
My brother, my little brother, he is back in jail for drugs, and it's like, it's so bittersweet because he was homeless, and it's like, I couldn't help him, for personal reasons. I'm not gonna say I couldn't help him with a home. I couldn't help him with him coming here because it wasn't allowed, and it's just, I feel like I didn't help. I tried, you know, I would pay for his food a lot and stuff, and I don't want to say too much about his personal information and stuff and what he's going through, but right now this is also something that I'm going through, and I know that sounds selfish, and I'm not trying to be. It's just, this is like such a...
Can I tell you, for once, I don't think you're being selfish. Addiction affects the whole family, not just the addict. For once, I don't think you're being selfish. I think you're hurting and you feel like you don't know how to help, and you tried your best, and you have, like, you're carrying some sort of guilt. Like, nobody in your family, like, their addiction is not your problem. And I hope, like, you hear not your problem, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not your fault. I think that's the words you need to hear. Like, whatever is happening with your dad and your brother, like, it's not your fault. And the best thing you could do is to not enable. And sometimes we have to love people from a distance until they want to help themselves. So again, I want to correct, I didn't mean it's not your problem. Like, I understand it's your family, but like, you're taking on these burdens and I can see it. And you don't have to carry the burdens anymore. Like, I could see the pain.
I don't know. It's a very hard time for me because I'm thinking more of addiction lately, and I'm wondering, do I actually binge, or do I just eat large quantities because I'm addicted to what I'm eating? And this is all something that I am going to be able to find out. And I'm just thinking more and more, you know, about it. And like the last time I showed you guys, you know, I was binging. It was literally a meal from a fast food place, and like, people were saying that's not a binge, and then I was confused because I was like, well, my psychologist says it is, and I feel like it is, and then I don't know. I am confused, and I feel like this whole weight loss journey thing and me seeing another psychologist and really digging deeper, because we need to dig deeper so I can get approved for weight loss surgery.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna be coming to a lot of memories and situations and things that I don't know if I want to talk about and absorb and process and think about, but I have to.
Yeah.
And so when I sit here and say I don't want to binge, I guess that's just what I'm used to saying. And what I really mean by that is I don't want to eat when I shouldn't. And that is just the easiest way for me to explain it right now, because I always considered me binging when I'm eating large quantities of food when I shouldn't be eating them. That's what that felt like to me. And I don't know, I want to figure this out. And it's like, am I like my parents? Did I just choose a different outlet, you know?
I truly believe that it's a gene, and it let's just be real. I believe that it's like genetic. I personally have chosen to start talking to my daughter about the effects and consequences and everything of drugs and alcohol, because I'm in recovery, her father's in recovery, and there's a high possibility if she tried something, she could become addicted. And I'm letting her know early on, because I know kids are starting things young these days. We all know that. I feel like you're just carrying so many burdens of everybody else's. Like, you have to stop carrying everybody else's luggage, baggage, addictions, everything else, because you're carrying it and you're burying what you so badly need to address in yourself. You can't be healthy for your family, right? Unless you're healthy for yourself. Like, you have to get right for you. And my heart goes out to you, because you're having this moment, like, you know, probably like, I didn't ask for this. Like, I didn't ask to be born like this. Like, that's what I can imagine you feeling. And like, my heart breaks for you. But like, no, like, you know what I tell myself, Amberlynn? I was given my struggle and my journey and my path for a reason, because God saw me strong enough to handle it, and maybe God saw you strong enough to handle it, and He knows that you have a story to tell that could help other people if you change.
And it's like, my brother, he is an addict, but he chose drugs. Well, drugs chose him, you know? And it's like, I think of my mom, and she is so inspiring. It's because it's like, I remember how things were when I was younger. They were scary, and the things that she did and the things that she went through, it was scary. And I never, as sad as this is, I never thought that she would change. Wow. Ever. And it's like, she's over 7 years clean, and it's like,
you know what you could do? Ask her what she did. Say, how can I learn from you, Mom? You put down what you were addicted to. Like, teach me. What did you do?
She's inspired me. And I didn't want to talk about any of this. Oh my god, my mascara. I didn't really want to like talk about any of this, but I've been hearing a lot of you say that like I'm just not the same person as I used to be. Like, I'm not as open. And it's because I'm scared to be open. Because people just, they make me feel so bad about being human. And I don't want to feel bad about it anymore. Anyways,
so why don't you focus on the people who do want to hear your story, or the people that can relate to you, or the lives that you can possibly help change. Like, I know sometimes the negative and like the mean comments can be louder than the positive ones, but like, I don't know, like, focus on the lives you can change. That's what I tell myself when people are mean to me and throw my story back in my face or add on to my story, lie about it. It's like, you're doing this because somebody needs to hear what you have to say.
So I weighed in at 520.0, which means I did gain weight, and I'm exactly where I was on January 1st. Today is actually Tuesday, and I got a new scale. You guys will actually see that in a vlog. I opened it for you guys and I explained why I got a new scale. And I weighed myself today because I wanted to see if the scale was accurate. So I stepped on the one that I usually use, and then I stepped on the new one. And I'm already down a couple pounds from just Sunday. So that makes me really happy because, like I said, I'm not what I consider binging. Okay. Am I overeating? Yes, but I just feel like there's a different level. I don't know how to quite explain it. And I kind of want to dive deeper into that and maybe like show you guys physical foods and what I mean by like overeating versus like binging, if you will. So on a happier note, my weight loss surgery appointment is coming up soon. Okay. And I am honestly so excited. Oh my god, my makeup's all messed up. I was just wearing mascara and some lip stuff, but it is what it is.
Say you have really nice eyebrows. That's all I have to say, but you're fine. You look fine. Don't worry about it.
It's at the end of the night. So I'm going to end this video. I'm sorry it was such a mess. I just wanted to be more open about what's really sitting heavy on me right now. But I am so hopeful for my future, actually. And I know the tears might say otherwise. But I think it's a mixture of like sad tears for my brother, hopeful tears for me, scared tears for me. I don't know. It's a lot of different stuff, but I'm okay. And I just need to take a breath. I know that I'm going to be okay, and I'm making the right choice by doing this weight loss surgery journey, and just keep my fingers crossed. That's all I can do. I'd love positive thoughts for my brother. Definitely. Anyways, I'm going to go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I feel like I said everything I really truly wanted to say, other than I'm going to end it with this. Whatever you believe in, sending positive vibes, prayers, whatever it is you believe in, can you do that for Amberlynn Reid's brother? I know I am before I even upload this video. So she'll probably never see this video, but I hope maybe she'll come across it. And, you know, I have to say, I liked her here. She had a few moments of clarity. it wasn't fake. Like, it was just raw. She was more relatable, because addiction affects so many people. So many people. And I know I would love to hear the perspective of the child with, an adult parent who was addicted or whatever. I think it would be amazing to learn more about that side of things. Anyways, you guys, I hope you're having a great day, great evening, wherever you are. And I will see you so soon.